Good evening, Orange Nation. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Senior Awards presentation for the Valhalla High School class of 2020. My name is Tom Pugh and I'm a counselor at Valhalla High School. On behalf of our entire faculty and staff, it is my pleasure to welcome you to tonight's presentation and to congratulate all of our seniors on their achievements, accomplishments, and plans for the future. I'd like to start by acknowledging some of the people who are making tonight's presentation possible. A dedicated and passionate group of counselors. Our teachers and department chairpersons are always very helpful in this process. Our videographer and ASB man, Mr. John Owens, thank you, John. Mr. Mike Scotchko, always available for printing and design, our digital arts teacher. Our PTO, our parent-teacher organization, always very helpful. And of course, the many community organizations that come up with big dollars to provide scholarships and support for your future educations. We all wish we could have you here to celebrate live and in person, but unfortunately, that is not possible in this very unique time. Know this, seniors, we are all very proud of you. Your dedication and commitment to your academics, your sports, your school and community service endeavors, your families, and to each other is truly inspirational. Tonight, we get to celebrate you. All that said, we know you seniors have missed out on so very much since the shutdown was implemented on March 13th due to the global coronavirus pandemic. No spring sports, no prom, no college and career signing day celebrations, no celebratory banquets for all your co-curricular and extracurricular involvements, no baccalaureate celebration. The list of memories we're not being made is long, and that is indeed unfortunate. Hopefully, however, some of the activities planned for you this week will help to fill that void. And hey, it's been 100+ years since a high school senior could say they graduated in the year of that global pandemic, so you got that going for you. So without further delay, let's celebrate the accomplishments and achievements of the Valhalla class of 2020. At this time, it is my pleasure to introduce our principal, Mrs. Mary Beth Caston.
Thank you, Mr. Pugh, and thank you for joining us this evening as we celebrate the class of 2020. It has been a most interesting, great Valhalla year. We have celebrated some school-wide achievements throughout the school year, and a partial list of those achievements include one of U.S. News and World Report America's Best High Schools, which reflects our students' college readiness, AP participation, AP pass rate, and how our students perform their proficiency in English language arts and math. A California Honor Roll School because of our high levels of student achievement, improvement in achievement over time, and the reduction of achievement gaps. Over 865 AP exams were administered earlier this month. Our band program won the Viewer's Choice Award at the California State Band Championships, Division III. Our PE department chair, Shannon Moreno, was selected as the Grossmont Union High School District nominee for 2020 Teacher of the Year. Vocal music director Paul Infantino was selected as the Golden Apple recipient. And our finance clerk, Cindy Decker, was selected as Grossmont Union High School District Classified Employee of the Year. Girls volleyball were runners-up in the CIF Championship, as well as our cheer program were runners-up in the CIF Championship. And at least 7 seniors have committed to continue pursuing their athletic endeavors at 4-year universities. All of our athletic programs and athletes were recognized in the previously broadcasted athletic awards ceremony. Those are just a few of this year's school highlights. Today, we begin the celebration of the individual academic achievements of the class of 2020. As we begin, we'd like to extend our thanks to Christy Kissel, as well as the entire guidance team for all of the hard work to coordinate and plan our virtual program. Every effort has been made to produce the most accurate awards recognition. We have checked, rechecked, rechecked, and rechecked again. If there are any errors in this evening's program, we deeply regret any inconvenience or embarrassment that those errors may cause. Now, as they say in show business, let's get on with the show.
Thank you, Mrs. Caston. We are going to start this evening's presentations off with what we will call miscellaneous awards and scholarships, and it's my pleasure to introduce Counselor Ann Holochek to get us started with that.
Good evening. It's my privilege to introduce the first of many scholarships to our class of 2020 seniors this evening. Our first scholarship is the Cajon Valley Education Association Scholarship, and this is given to 2 students of Cajon Valley District teachers. And I'm proud to award this to Ms. Cameron Scantlin and Mr. Reese Ward. Our next 3 awards go to one of our outstanding seniors. All 3 of these awards combine to make $7,500 total, and they are the California Alarm Association Youth Scholarship, the El Cajon Police Officers Association Scholarship, and the Peace Officers Relief and Education Scholarship. And these awards have been given for academics, extracurricular involvement, and community service. And I'm pleased to announce that these awards go to David Votaskovic. Next, we have the Carson Scholarship, a very prestigious award that is given by Dr. Ben Carson and his wife, Candy. This award is given due to academic and community involvement, and I'm happy to announce that this award goes to Ms. Abigail Stollard.
Good evening. I am here to present the PTO awards. Valhalla's PTO recognizes outstanding seniors that have exemplified the Norse Code values and who will carry these values into the future. Winners are awarded a $300 scholarship and a certificate of recognition. I am pleased to announce the following recipients: Elena Hines, Brooke Dauma, Paula Rye, Randy Munoz, Tiffany Trung, David Votaskovic, Ivy Weekly, Nolan Lai, Haley Casadish, Brady Francisco, Sophia Lopez Oraka, Matthew Nazlu, Amber Goria, Christopher Domes, Nicole Atik.
In any other school year, we would probably have already gotten together on a Sunday for a baccalaureate service, but of course this year is different. It is Valhalla's tradition to have students speak at the baccalaureate gathering, and our PTO chooses these student speakers. So I would like to congratulate Angela Botros and Bailey Munch, and we've got they each will receive a $300 scholarship from our parent-teacher organization, and we've got a video presentation of their baccalaureate speeches for you now.
Hello, class of 2020, parents, teachers, and staff. I'm honored to be here today and to be able to share my story about running the race of life with all of you. I know these are hard and unprecedented times, but I appreciate the recognition and opportunity that I've been given. I'd like to thank my teachers and staff at Valhalla who have helped me shape my academic career. And I'd also like to thank my parents and siblings who have been by my side throughout this entire journey. We are all running the race of life, running to win the race. But when you win, you realize for whom you are running. It's your life. Decide which track you want to run. Be alive. Running the race of life means something different to every single individual here. Everyone here has their own race with its own path. Each race has its own rocky roads, its own ups and downs, and ultimately a different outcome than the ones to its left and to its right. The race of life is a marathon, not a sprint. And in the past 18 years of my life, I've witnessed hundreds of people running hundreds of different marathons for different reasons. These reasons vary from person to person. One of the most common reasons is fear. Fear is like an onion with many layers. Many fear losing everything they have as they flee their war-ridden homes. Those who have the bravery to face their fears are the ones who make it to the next lane in the race of life. My parents were one of those people. They fled their home country after a vicious war between leaders began and faced the fear that put a halt on their lives. Allow me to take you back through the paths and steps of my parents' race away from their home country because of the constant living in fear. Every day, bombs would be dropped so close to our homes that the whole house would light up and the walls of it would shake as a result of the detonation. Every day, my dad's life would be threatened at his place of work by the opposing side. After months of my mother living with the fear that her husband and the father of her children might not make it home alive, my parents decided to run and seek asylum in America. America was a place that they knew had great opportunity, freedom, and the liberty to live their lives as they wished. They may have been running away because of fear, but they knew that they were running towards another race, the race of ambition and success that they would begin as soon as they made it safely to America. After their long journey, they finally arrived to the land of the free, and this was where their next marathon began. Once their life here began, they set their sights high with great aspirations for their kids. Their next marathon was to make sure our family was successful and educated. This was the moment that their race for ambition and accomplishment had become mine. I was now running down a path that was brimming with big and small goals that I needed to accomplish throughout my academic career, and my parents were my cheerleaders, constantly pushing me to do my best along the way. Starting off my race of ambition and success was smoother than a baby's butt. I was a great student throughout all of elementary school. I got all A's, was the teacher's helper, and even made the safety patrol team in 5th grade, which was a major accomplishment back then. Then came middle school. I was now in a bigger school with many more students, and I realized I needed to step up my game. I heard about the Gold Cord, which is awarded to students on the day of graduation, along with the honor of getting to sit on stage with those who had the cord. I made this cord my next goal. For the next 3 years, I made sure that for every class, every trimester, in all 3 categories, the only grade that I got was an A. Once this had been accomplished, I couldn't wait to get to high school and work on all the goals I had set for myself. But running this race through high school came with many hardships that I was not expecting at all. While running through the high school path, I ran into the many rocky roads and the ups and downs that I had previously mentioned. Some were the all-nighters spent studying the Silk Roads of China and where they traveled, only to end up failing Mr. Morales' history test. I had overestimated myself, and I thought it'd be easy to take all honors classes, along with playing sports and being a part of ASB, since it was so easy to do in middle school. When my first semester finally came to an end, I had been defeated. After all the sleepless nights, the mental breakdowns, the crying sessions, and the acne breakouts from the stress, I still couldn't keep my straight A record. I was devastated. I felt like I had failed myself and my parents. I couldn't understand why I was doing so bad. Until one day, I took the time to sit back and analyze the race I had been running. I had learned about the race from fear from my parents and their journey. I had ran the race of ambition and success to a certain extent, and then I realized to get through high school, there was another race I had to run. In this race, I needed to slow down the jog a little and allow myself to catch a breath. I needed to stop trying to do everything at full speed and start limiting myself to how much work I took on. This race was the race of learning from the mistakes I'd made in the past and making sure they didn't happen again. Sophomore year came. I limited myself to only 3 honors classes. I made sure I was getting all the help I needed from my teachers. I was getting my homework done on time, and I was no longer spending the entire night studying for that one test. I took the race step by step instead of running at it full speed. And while I was doing this, I realized I was still running the race of ambition and success. I hadn't completely failed myself and my parents. I had a minor setback in my race, and that was okay. Hitting the rocks in the roads was okay, because I didn't let them stop me. I let them teach me, and through this, I was able to complete my race successfully without losing myself in the process. Running the race of life is not easy to explain, because it means something different to all of you here. Everyone here has their own battles and their own goals that they would rejoice in accomplishing. It is not only one race that we are running, but thousands that overlap with each other. As I have explained here today, in my life I have ran the race from fear. I have ran the race towards ambition and success, and I have ran the race of learning from mistakes, and hundreds more that came along with these three. The most important thing to remember is that the race is for your life. Make sure you take the path that feels right to you, and run it with those who are there to support you and push you through it. We are all running the race of life, running to win the race. But when you win, you realize for whom you are running. It's your life. Decide which track you want to run. Be alive. Thank you so much.
Hi, my name is Bailey Munch. In my time here at Valhalla, I participated in water polo, softball, and powder puff. I was also an editor for the yearbook. I would like to thank the PTO for this award. I am grateful for the opportunity to speak to the class of 2020. In the fall, I will be attending East Texas Baptist University to study nursing and play softball. High school is a lot like running a half marathon. A half marathon consists of 13.1 miles and trying not to die. To give you a picture of what 13.1 miles is, it's 52 laps around the track or running from Valhalla to 7-Eleven, there and back 6.2 times. Little did I know that running a half marathon would teach me so many life lessons. Now don't get me wrong, I did not run that half marathon very fast, but I did finish it. And the one thing that I learned from this race is that running, just like high school, has its ups and downs. It is easy one moment, and the next you feel like your world is coming to a crashing halt and everything is falling apart. How strong are you? How much do you want it? Will you be able to handle it? Freshman year, we started this race. We heard that gun go off and we started up in an awkward sprint down these halls towards adulthood. We signed up for all the honors classes because we all had aspirations of getting straight A's in high school and going to an Ivy League. Soon, after the first couple of weeks, many of us looked at our grades, and for the first time we realized it was not looking good. High school was a lot harder than we had anticipated, and we were no longer just going to be able to coast through school. Just like in a half marathon, when the hype of racing starts to wear off, you have to make the decision to move forward, to take the next step, and you have to tell yourself over and over again that you can finish this race and that you can make it through the next 10 miles. We decided in our first years of high school that we were going to finish this race. We were going to work harder than any other class before us, and we were going to have the greatest impact. So we turned the music up a little bit louder and we started to run towards the finish line like nothing else. We decided that if we were going to finish, we were going to finish well. After the decision is made that you are going to finish, you soon find your pace and your legs move without even having to think about it. From mile 4 to mile 8, you're just running, enjoying the scenery, thinking about life. Our sophomore year was no different. We cruised along. We took the right kinds of classes and studied hard for each grade. Many of us tried out for the varsity teams and made it. We found out where our place were on that team, and we worked hard to earn our positions. We had made it. We were no longer the little freshies on campus. We didn't have to struggle for our grades anymore. We learned the importance of hard work and earning the best grades possible. We had a routine that we followed, and this routine led us to success. Then, out of nowhere, our legs started to burn and a little bit of doubt came creeping into our minds. We had run 9 miles. Why haven't we made it to the finish line yet? Why does this hill seem so much bigger than I thought it would be? Why do my legs feel like 100-pound bricks? It was junior year, and all these questions about the future started to come up. It was like everything hit us at once. We were studying for the ACT, going to tutors, and buying all the prep books. And instead of hanging out with our friends on Saturdays, we were taking practice tests and writing essay after essay to try and pass this test that we felt like could define the rest of our lives. If you were anything like me, you had to take that test 4 times. Our families and friends started to ask us what we wanted to be when we grew up, and we had to give them serious answers. No more, I want to be Cinderella and find my Prince Charming, or I want to be LeBron James and play in the NBA. We started juggling standardized testing, classes, relationships, sports, and constant questioning about the future. Many of us weren't sure what we were good at and what we wanted to be. We were tested, but through the tears, we found the strength to keep going and open up that test prep book one more time and take the next step towards our future. We found our stride again and pushed the doubt aside, and instead of saying 9 miles is good enough, we said 4 more miles to go. Then, before you knew it, we hit mile 12. 1 more mile to go. That is how we felt when we entered our senior year. We were almost there. When you're running a half marathon, you feel every emotion imaginable during mile 12. From running as hard as you can to crying your eyes out thinking you won't be able to finish. Senior year was going great. We were applying and visiting colleges, AP Gov was interesting and exciting, and sociology was a breeze. But all in all, we were going steady. We were excited for the future, and we were even more excited for the events and plans that lie ahead. Then, it all came to a crouching halt in mile 12. This is when you hit that straightaway at the end of the race and you can see the end, but it feels so far away. That is what it felt like when we were told that we were going to get 4 weeks off for spring break because of COVID-19. We felt that crash. We were told that it was going to get worse before it gets better. We were forced to stay inside of our houses, and soon after that we were told we could only go out if it was deemed absolutely necessary. We soon realized that Powder Puff being canceled was the least of our worries. We were now worried about family members with compromised immune systems. Would they be okay? What if they get it? What happens next? These questions rolled around in our minds until we realized that us being out of school was actually the one thing that could be saving them, and then everything else seemed a little more bearable. Then, grad night was canceled, prom was postponed until the summer, school was moved online, and all we wanted was a graduation. We didn't care if we didn't get anything else. We just wanted to walk across the stage and show our parents that we did it. And here we are. We have made it through the ups and downs of this race, and we have crossed that finish line. It may not have been pretty, it may not have been as fast or as well as we wanted to run, but it was worth it. Because we have made it through this race they call high school, we know that we can finish any race that comes. Wherever the next 13.1 miles takes you, I encourage you to embrace every obstacle and make the best of each opportunity. Finish each race with a smile on your face, ready to conquer the next one. You have run this race, and now you will go and run another, and another, and another. And before you know it, you will look back and see that you have ran the race of life. Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Elizabeth Ruiz, and I'm one of the counselors here at Valhalla High School. It is my pleasure to introduce to you the recipient of the Elks Teenager of the Month Award, as well as the Elks Legacy Award. $400 is awarded to the local Elks Lodge when a student is nominated by their counselor for achievements in leadership, service, citizenship, scholastics, and character. $4,000 is awarded to an Elks Lodge Legacy for showing the value of the Elks National Foundation: knowledge, charity, community, and integrity. This award goes for both Teenager of the Month and the Legacy Award to Abigail Stollard. The next award that I get to present to you is the Irish Community Scholarship. This person had to write about the impact of an Irish or Irish American individual on an American community. This was an award of $5,000 renewable scholarship, and this award goes to Nicole Lonergan. And next, I have the Wheelhouse Credit Union Scholarship. This scholarship is based on academic achievement, leadership, and community service, and commitment to sustainability. The selection is based on academic achievement and leadership skills, and this is a $1,000 scholarship awarded to Haley Casadish.
Our next award is the Kurt Stormberg Scholarship. Mr. Stormberg is an East County orthodontist and offers a scholarship each year for students who are former patients of his who fill out an application. This year they had to write an essay on why self-confidence is so important, and our congratulations go out to Mr. Nolan Lai, who will receive a $1,000 Kurt Stormberg Scholarship for his efforts. So congratulations, Nolan.
Good evening. My name is Chandra Ziegenbein, and I'm proud to be a counselor here at Valhalla High School. The first scholarship I'm going to introduce to you is the San Diego County Citizens Scholarship Foundation Award. This award is totaled at $1,000. This award is given to students each year residing in San Diego County that plan to attend a four-year university in the fall. San Diego County's Citizens Scholarship Foundation is managed by community members who generously volunteer their time and effort to lend a hand to San Diego students that are resilient and driven to succeed. The recipient this year is Miriam Esif. The next award I'm going to present is the Salute to Education, which is $1,000 each. This scholarship is open to San Diego County residents, sponsored by San Diego County Ford Company. Salute to Education's main purpose is to encourage students to continue their education, whether it be a vocational or technical school, junior college, or a four-year university. The recipients of this award are Miriam Esif, Laura Ibrahim, and David Votaskovic. The next award this evening is for the Sprite Scholarship. It's a $500 award. This scholarship was based on community service and is distributed through an organization called Sprites. Sprites is a philanthropic organization of mothers and daughters dedicated to volunteering their time and resources to San Diego County charities. Sprites is an acronym that describes the group: spiritual, philanthropic, recreational, inspirational, training, educational, and social. The recipient of this award is Haley Kasadish.
Next, we have for you the Sue Drew Remembrance Award. This is based on time and dedication to the community and service in East County. This award is a $500 award, and it goes to Brooke Dauma. I would also like to share with you the La Mesa Women's Club Scholarship Award. This award is awarded to seniors from Grossmont Union High School District every year. Winners are selected on the basis of community service, type of courses taken, quality of essay, class ranking, extracurricular activities, SAT or ACT scores, and future goals. This is a $1,000 award, and it goes to Nor Benham.
Our next awards relate to health careers preparation, and we'll have a video for you presented by one of our teachers, Mrs. Denise Yoke, who teaches our Honors Physiology program, which is our capstone course in our health pathway. She's going to speak about our Health Pathway Award winners and also separately about our Grossmont Healthcare Scholarship winners. So a little video from Ms. Yoke. And we have learned that Jace Bucksbaum, who is one of the scholarship winners, was also announced as the October Student of the Month for the Grossmont Healthcare.
Hello, my name is Denise Yoke, and I am the Health Pathway Coordinator here at Valhalla High School. I am so pleased to congratulate the 2020 Health Pathway completers. They have been exposed and involved in industry tours, guest speakers, and much, much more. And they have also earned a 2.0 or higher GPA in the health pathway courses to include biology, chemistry, and physiology. Additionally, the Grossmont Healthcare District also recognizes gold completers and silver completers. So in addition to doing well in these 3 pathway courses, these students have gone above and beyond. They have completed or participated in 1 year of a volunteer hospital experience, provided 40+ hours of community service, have a 3.5 GPA or higher, as well as CPR certified. Our gold completers, who I want to congratulate, are Grace Baxler, Jace Bucksbaum, Lydia Mamiza, Sarah Setrag. Our silver completers also did well in completing the 3 courses at Valhalla. They also have done an 8-hour job as a community service, provided 10+ hours of an internship or volunteer. I want to congratulate these students as silver completers from the Grossmont District: Hala Estefan, Natalie Jacobs, Natalia Kalasho, as well as Mira Kareem. Congratulations. And I am so pleased to recognize and congratulate Jace Bucksbaum and Lydia Mamiza for being our 2 recipients for the Grossmont Healthcare District Scholarship. The Grossmont Healthcare District is a public agency that supports many community service programs. It awards 25 Grossmont Union High School District high school recipients of this. And these students were selected by the counselors as well as the health pathway coordinator. So I got to have some input in this as well. And what goes on, these guys are exhiberating excellence and outstanding citizenship as well as academic excellence. They desire to pursue a profession in the healthcare field. Jace will receive a check for $3,300. Lydia will receive a check for $1,650 after they complete their first semester of college, contingent with at least 9 units and a GPA of 2.0 or better. Congratulations!
The next scholarships we would like to present are the Grossmont Hospital Auxiliary Scholarships. These awards are given for academic excellence and volunteer dedication. I would like to announce our scholarship recipients are Saeed Abdul Noor Benham, Miriam Essef, and Melinda Georges. Our next scholarship are the Rancho San Diego Music Foundation Scholarships. These are $100 awards each and are given for music education and music performance to our seniors. The recipients are Chaska Kentish, Christian Hardman, Grace Bassler, Marquez Wingo, Matthew Naslu, Kendall Miller, Noor Benham, Sisto Jacobo, Jesus Oviedo, David Votaskovic, John Lee, Stephen Bosley, Tori Boaz, Sophia Lopez Oraca, and Tyler Ponectera. Next, we have the California School Employees Association Scholarship. And this is a $1,000 scholarship that was awarded by our Cajon Valley chapter. And the recipient of this award is Reese Ward.
Good evening, my name is Robert Wilson. I'm an assistant principal. I have the pleasure of recognizing 4 students. The United States Marine Corps recognizes high school students across America for every graduating class, and this year they have 4 students being recognized. The first would be high school musicians embody many virtues that Marines admire. To recognize and promote the achievements and sacrifices musicians make, the Marine Corps would like to recognize Grace Bassler with the Semper Fidelis Music Award. Next, the Distinguished Athlete Award goes to the 2 students who epitomize the adage, when the going gets tough, the tough get going. The 2 athletes being recognized by the Marine Corps are Eric Nordquist and Bailey Munch. And finally, the Marine Corps would like to recognize a student for scholastic excellence. This student represents both a tough and smart image, as well as they have shown true leadership excellence. They are exemplary students and are considered role models among their peers. The Scholastic Excellence Award recipient is Ryan Perot.
That, folks, concludes our miscellaneous awards and scholarships, and at this time we want to move into Valhalla High School departmental awards, and leading off in this category will be Ms. Ziegenbein, our counselor.
The first departmental award, is my understanding is a special one here at Valhalla High School, is the George Mentis English Scholars Award. Each year, VHS English Department recognizes one senior student who has demonstrated a passion for literature, writing, poetry, and all of the other elements of the humanities throughout his or her 4 years at Valhalla High School. The award is named for George Mentis, a beloved Humanities 2 teacher who is pictured in the class of 1988's class mural. George Mentis was one of the founding humanities team members at Valhalla High School and was an inspirational teacher of literature and art. Each year, we honor his memory by giving this award to a student who has shown a love of literature, a passion for art and poetry, an inquisitive mind, and a compassionate heart. This year, we're excited to honor 2 students on behalf of the English department, Brooke Dalma and Jaden Skipper.
Our next award will be presented via video with Mr. Charles Bussey, one of our social science teachers. This is the Richard Sweet Social Science Scholar Award. Mr. Sweet was well, I worked with him for a number of years when he was teaching primarily government and economics, and he was a very inspirational teacher and a wonderful man. So I'll let Mr. Charles Bussey tell you the rest.
Richard Sweet was one of the visionaries who composed the original Valhalla faculty, and he was the unofficial dean of the social science department for 25 years. His hope for students was that their Valhalla social science courses would encourage not only intellectual achievement, but the desire to be actively involved in the world beyond Valhalla. When I think of tonight's winner, it is easy to get caught up in his academic accomplishments, the number of AP tests passed with the 5, which is somewhere near double digits, or his class rank near the top. What was more outstanding was the perspective he has on the path he has taken to his success. For many top students, it seems to come easy, and I don't doubt that his intellect and academic skills are top-notch. But when you discussed his success in a class or on a test with him, the answer always revolved around resources and study skills. More so, he would gladly share those resources with teachers and students alike. In class, he was always game for a good conversation about history, politics, the economy, and eager to hear others' perspectives as well. The Social Science Department is proud of tonight's award winner. He is an individual of compassion and integrity who has achieved at the highest possible level in social science courses for 4 years. I know he will be a contributing member of society well beyond leaving Valhalla. Please acknowledge this year's Richard Sweet Award winner, Nicholas Pasaka. Congratulations.
The next section is for Computer, Math, and Science Department. Our first award is for an outstanding computer science student. This award is going to a student that's not only shown an ability to create digital programs, but also a person who is a wonderful classmate who is always willing to collaborate and spend their time helping their peers. This student is Mikhail Zahorin. Our next award is an outstanding stats student. This recipient stood out among outstanding students and has a genuine talent for understanding the often abstract nature of probability and statistics. This student is Laura Ibrahim. Our next award goes to an outstanding calculus student. This student has demonstrated excellence in the area of mathematics. That student is Cameron Scantlin.
It is an honor to present these next 2 awards. They are named after 2 of our former librarians here at Valhalla High School. The first one is the Beth Santangelo Award for Reading. This is awarded to a student who is an avid reader and has read a wide variety of literature over the course of 4 years. We have 2 winners for this award, and that is Yusuf Elia and Kurt Tuazon. Our other library award is the Beth White Award for Library Service. Library service is awarded to a library assistant who shows exceptional skills at the library services. Again, we have 2 recipients for this award. That is Jasmine Hawkins and Safina Gonzalez.
This next award has real special meaning for those of us who have been here long enough to have worked with Tony Gutierrez. This is the Tony Gutierrez Award for Volunteer Service. This is the 6th year for the Tony Gutierrez Memorial Award for Service, Generosity, and Kindness. 6 years ago, Valhalla lost Tony Gutierrez, a staff member who devoted 29 years of her life to our school and our students, many of those as a vice principal secretary and in the counseling office as a counseling secretary, so we knew her quite well. We were blessed to know her. Those who knew Tony remember her as the most generous person they have ever met. Every day, she worked tirelessly to help students by making sure they had enough food, clothes, meals for the holidays, presents at Christmas, and she ran the toy drive that we now call Tony's Toys, that supplies the Salvation Army with truckloads of toys for needy students every year. In her honor, we have created a perpetual plaque and a student award acknowledging a Valhalla student with an exceptional volunteer record. And this year's Tony Gutierrez Award winner, very deserving, Miss Cameron Scantlin. Congratulations, Cameron. Our next group of scholarships are presented by clubs and organizations, and we'll start this off with a video presentation by Miss Jackie Na to talk about our AVID program and the special place that has here on our campus.
Hi, my name is Jackie Na. I'm the AVID coordinator at Valhalla High School, and I'm here today to present the AVID Senior Awards. So first, let me just tell you, AVID stands for those of you who don't know, Advancement via Individual Determination. So it's an elective college readiness program that is designed to help students develop the skills they need to be successful in college. And the program places a special emphasis on growing writing and critical thinking, teamwork, organization, reading skills, the things that colleges tell us are most important for students to be successful. But also, AVID lessons are designed around teaching things like tenacity, grit, perseverance, persistence. And it's possible that no other senior class in the history of compulsory education in the United States has been forced to display as much of those characteristics as the class of 2020 has had to. Through all that you've lost in the last few weeks and months, you have showed that grit, you have showed perseverance, you have showed persistence. But even more importantly, you guys, you've shown caring and grace and kindness and thoughtfulness and friendship. And it's all of those things that are going to make you super successful in all of your college adventures and beyond. At Valhalla High School, it is a tradition to award a beautiful, vibrant orange and sparkling white cord to AVID students who have completed the elective course for 3 out of 4 years, who have met all the A through G requirements for college admission, and have been accepted to at least one 4-year university. So congratulations to the following class of 2020 AVID graduates who have earned the cord this year. Saba Al-Rafieh, Axel Arevalo, Gabriella Abar, Zachary Christman, Sama David, Raneen Mansour, Rita Mona, Azra Rahima, Seinna Shaba, Rami Somo, Ranea Yousi, and Dunia Yousse. I am so proud of you guys. I miss you more than you can possibly know. I will be there to cheer you on at all of your senior activities. I can't wait to celebrate with you. We can't wait to celebrate with you. And nothing left to say but graduate, go have a great life, and go AVID. Love you guys.
Our next group of awards are our Norse Crew Officer Awards, and will be spoken about in a video with Miss Sarah Ritter. Our Norse Crew is a very instrumental group on our campus, providing all kinds of community and school service.
Hi everyone, my name is Miss Ritter and I am the advisor for Norse Crew at Valhalla High School. I wish I was able to be celebrating with all of the seniors at the Senior Awards. It's one of my favorite events of the year to get to highlight some of our excellent leaders that we've had this year. It's my privilege to go ahead and share what the Norse Crew Officer Award is. I award all my officers for all of their hard work, and their names will be listed shortly after this video. These officers apply and are interviewed and then work extra hard on top of all the hard work that Norse Crew does throughout the year. These leaders go above and beyond. They have served hundreds of hours and continue to want to serve even during this time of distance learning. I'm so proud of them, and I am so privileged to get to work with each and every one of them. So I wanted to say a quick congratulations to them. I wish that I could go through and share all of the amazing qualities that each of them have. as I usually do at Senior Awards. But this is just a quick shout out for them because I am so proud of them, and I know that they're going to continue to lead in their communities and their schools wherever they end up going. So thank you guys so much for all of your hard work this year. Trust me, it did not go unnoticed. And even though we didn't get to celebrate the same ways that we usually do, I want you to know that I'm constantly celebrating you and just overwhelmed with how much joy I've had getting to work with you guys.
And now we have Mr. John Owens to speak about ASB and senior class officers.
Class of 2020, it's been said many times that you've been dealt a terrible hand, and frankly, you've been dealt probably the worst hand of any senior class in history. The good news is you had a lot of great student leaders working behind the scenes. It may not have always seemed like you were being heard, but these people worked very hard. The first ASB honor that I'd like to bestow is this group that you're seeing on your screen right now. These students have earned the ASB Honor Cord, which means that they have served 2 years or more in ASB, and they've done an excellent job fulfilling their mission to serve their constituents. I have been overjoyed to serve and work alongside these seniors right here, a great group, and they did a fantastic job serving you. Next is your senior class officers. Again, when school ended on March 13th, these 4 students went to work. You have no idea how many hours, Zoom hours, emails, text messages this group has spent time on to try to give you as best experiences as possible. They were up against rules, regulations beyond anybody's control, all the way up to the governor, to the president, and yet they succeeded. I believe they gave more than just about any senior group I've ever seen. Right there on your screen is President Haley Kasadich, Vice President Angela Botros, Secretary Yasmin Assad, and Treasurer Natalia Kala. The next group of officers I want to honor are the 2019-2020 ASB Executive Officers. As you see on your screen, that's Brady Francisco, your President, Vice President Mohammed Jafar, Secretary Reagan Hanks, and Treasurer Devin Smith. Another excellent group of ASB student leaders that did not quit on March 13th, but kept on working, keeping the ASB class going, having weekly Zooms, spending hours talking to admin and myself, and really trying to do as many online events as they could. I'm very proud of this group, and honestly am so impressed with their dedication to being a student leader. On top of that, President Brady Francisco will receive the American flag that flew over Valhalla during his time here, carrying on an ASB tradition. Mohammed Jafar will receive the California flag that flew over Valhalla during his time as Vice President. The last award is a very special award, and that is the Outstanding ASB Student Leader. This award is voted on by ASB students. So these ASB students get to recognize every day who is doing what and who's deserving of this award. Typically, we honor 2 ASB seniors. This year, we're going to be honoring 3. These 3 student leaders are fantastic. There was literally, when you look at the voting, these 3 rose above everybody else. The 3 ASB Outstanding Senior Leaders are Reagan Hanks, Haley Kasadich, Brady Francisco. I could be an ASB advisor for another decade, and I may never work with 3 seniors better than these 3. Their daily dedication, their absolute consistency, and their emphasis on serving others is absolutely the role model for other student leaders. I'm gonna miss these seniors. I'm gonna miss the class of 2020. I felt like I never got that right, goodbye. But know, just in general, class, that we as a staff love you and miss you, and will always remember you. Take care.
All right, our next group of awards are collegiate awards and scholarships. And again, we got some video slide presentations. We're going to break these down into 2 groups for you. And the first group of awards will be our merit scholarship winners. Students that are college bound and are getting some help to go there. So. Our next group of recognitions will be for academic honors, presented by our counselors and administrators. And to get us started with that, to talk about the CTE pathway completers, Counselor Christy Kissel.
Good evening and congratulations to the class of 2020. It is my pleasure to present to you our CTE pathway completers. And we do have several CTE pathways here at Valhalla. So the first one that we will be presenting to you is our digital arts pathway completers. And we are congratulating them on their completion of 3+ years of digital arts. Next in the CTE pathway is our TV film pathway completers. And we are congratulating these students on 2+ years of TV, film, and digital media. And then lastly is the culinary arts pathway. And this is a long list of students who have participated in culinary arts here with us at Valhalla. And they have successfully completed a full year of a 2-hour culinary block here at Valhalla. And it is my pleasure to also present to you our Distinguished Student Award, also known as DSA. And this is a special award recognizing those seniors who have distinguished themselves in programs emphasizing a career and technical education concentration. A DSA student must maintain an overall GPA of 2.5 and a GPA of 3.5 must be demonstrated in 30 credits of CTE-related courses.
The California State Seal of Biliteracy, Triliteracy. This program recognizes high school graduates who have obtained a high level of proficiency in speaking, reading, writing, one or more languages in addition to English. They will receive that seal on their diploma. The National Hispanic Recognition Program has been awarded to 3 students here at Valhalla. This is the top 2.5% of Hispanic and Latino PSAT test takers in our region. Those winners are Sisto Jacobo, Randy Munoz, and Adam Nance.
Our next award or acknowledgement that we'd like to honor tonight is our National Merit Scholarship Program. The first list of students that we'll be presenting to you are commended students of this program. Those students are being recognized for the exceptional academic promise demonstrated by their outstanding performance on the qualifying test used for program entry. Those students are Harry Albers, Nor Benham, William Effner, Adam Nance, and Cameron Scantlin. Additionally, in that same program category, I would like to acknowledge the following young man progressed to the semifinalist level and then progressed on to the finalist level for National Merit, and that is Mr. Nicholas Basaka.
The next award highlights students involved in the California Scholarship Federation, or CSF. The California Scholarship Federation is a nonprofit organization whose mission it is to recognize and encourage academic achievement and community service among middle and high school students in California. Eligible students become members by submitting applications based on reported grades that meet the highest of academic standards. The students that receive this award are truly outstanding. Mr. Fanning and I congratulate you on your efforts.
My name is Sandra White, and I'm assistant principal here at Valhalla High School. And I am here on behalf of teachers and administrators to congratulate students with the last names beginning with A through G, academic excellence, of achieving a 3.5 GPA or higher and have completed the requirements for admissions to the University of California school system.
Good evening. My name is Joshua Reeder, and I am one of the assistant principals here at Valhalla High School. On behalf of teachers and administrators, I would like to congratulate students with the last names beginning with H through O on the academic excellence of achieving a 3.5 or higher GPA and have completed the requirements for admission to the University of California's school system.
Good evening again, Robert Wilson, Assistant Principal. On behalf of the teachers and administrators, I would like to congratulate students with the last names beginning with P through Z on the academic excellence of achieving a 3.5 GPA or higher and have completed the requirements for admission to the University of California school system.
At this time, forgive me, we would like to invite our principal back up to speak about some very impressive distinctions that some of our students have earned. So, Mrs. Caston to speak about valedictorians and salutatorians in the class of 2020.
The Academic Honors Committee selects the salutatorian from approximately the top 1% of the senior class, based on the accumulated transcript at the 8th semester second progress report. Computation of the overall grade point average includes grades 9 through 12. The Academic Honors Committee considers the following in the selection of the salutatorian: academic achievement and curiosity, behavior that reflects the highest ethical standards, breadth and depth of program to include the number of courses completed and the number of AP and honors courses completed. This year, the Academic Honors Committee has selected 3 students as co-salutatorians in the Valhalla class of 2020. With an incredible overall grade point average of 4.826 and completion of 230 credits, an excess of the 220 credits required for graduation, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Randy Munoz. With an incredible overall grade point average of 4.826 and the completion of 235 credits, an excess of the 220 credits required for graduation, a future bear at Brown University, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. David Votoskovic. And with an incredible overall grade point average of 4.837 and the completion of 255 credits, an excess of the 220 credits required for graduation, a future member of the Fighting Irish at the University of Notre Dame, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Noor Benham. The Academic Honors Committee selects the valedictorian based on the accumulated transcript at the 8th semester second progress report. Computation of the overall grade point averages includes grades 9 through 12. Valedictorian is the highest academic recognition a student can achieve. The Academic Honors Committee considers the following in the selection of the valedictorian: academic achievement and curiosity, behavior that reflects the highest ethical standards, breadth and depth of program to include the number of courses completed and the number of AP and honors courses completed. This year, the Academic Honors Committee has selected 3 students as co-valedictorians in the class of 2020. With an outstanding 4.864 grade point average and completion of the 220 credits required for graduation, a future bear at the University of California, Berkeley, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Harry Albers. With an outstanding 4.864 grade point average and completion of the 220 credits required for graduation, a future Bruin at the University of California, Los Angeles, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Nicholas Basaka. And with an extraordinary 4.909 grade point average and completion of the 220 credits required for graduation, a future Cardinal at Stanford University, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Adam Nance. We know many of you have been trying to keep tally of the dollar amount of scholarships, grants, and awards presented this evening, but we have taken care of that for you.
Before we present the total amount of grants and scholarships earned by the class of 2020, I would like to mention one other distinction this class has earned. This year, our senior class set a record for FAFSA and California Dream Act submission. By the March 2nd deadline, over 70% of our seniors had submitted their FAFSA or California Dream Act. In addition, the seniors earned an award for having the highest FAFSA and California completion rate in San Diego County for our senior class size. The exciting final total of scholarships and grants that we are about to present is due in large part to our students' dedication to complete and submit these scholarship applications. Without further ado, we would like to present our traditional check representing the total amount of grants and scholarships earned by the senior class of 2020. A grand total of $2,393,150. Definitely a great accomplishment.
Our congratulations go out to all award recipients this evening and the entire graduating class of 2020. We also extend our thanks and congratulations to our MC, Mr. Tom Pugh. After 27 years of service to Valhalla students, parents, and staff, Mr. Pugh, the voice of Valhalla, will be retiring at the end of the school year. Thank you, Tom, for the support you have provided the Valhalla community throughout your career. Thank you so much for joining us this evening to celebrate the Class of 2020 achievements. We look forward to seeing you tomorrow in the student parking lot for our cap and gown distribution and awards pickup. Have a great Valhalla evening.